All right, it's time for another eBay unboxing. Before I open this, I just want to show you what a great bargain this is. And then we're going to see, is it really actually a bargain? Because I haven't seen it yet. Okay, so like on August 2nd, I saw this auction. And I was like, oh my God, this is an antique silver calling card case. And I was like, it had a opening bid of $9.99. And I was like, I have no chance in hell of winning this for $9.99 because these sell for a lot more. And as you can see, here's the photos of it. What's really cool about it, it has a design on both sides, and it's marked W and H, and that's Wood and Hughes. And I knew right away that this was from around the American Civil War to about the 1870s, just by that mark. And I got lucky. I was the only one that bid on it, and I got it for $9.99. Well, I had to pay shipping as well and tax. But the seller listed it in a terrible category. They put it under greeting cards, and nobody looked for it. So even though they wrote calling card case, I guess nobody was typing in calling card case if they collected calling card cases, and it was unseen by all the snipers and bidders. So that's like something that you just want to like do the happy dance about, and you go crazy and you're like, no freaking way did I just win that. How did I get that lucky? And well, I guess I did, but we had to open it up and see. How bad is it? Is it, you know what I mean? Like the pictures show? All right, so as I open this up, I'll tell you basically, if you never heard of a calling card case, it's almost like today's business card cases. A card case. Why am I like stuttering over here? I have anxiety. Don't mind me. A calling card case was a basic etiquette during the Victorian era. They pretty much, when they visited somebody, they carried around these little cases, and men did too, but not as much as women. Women mostly were the ones that carried these around. And inside these little really fancy looking cases made out of all sorts of things, actually the wealthier people had silver or precious metal ones. Also, they were made out of mother of pearl. They were made out of thermoplastic. It was like a thermoplastic, like union type of case, which was almost like a rubber that was like a hardened rubber. They came in, I'm trying to think, like gold. They came in all sorts of materials, but silver was generally for the rich people and wealthier people. But a woman would have cards in there with her name actually printed up on them, or she would have her name signed on there. And when she would visit somebody, she would hand over the card to the homeowner or whoever she visited, and it was like almost like a record of a visit, and it was the polite thing to do back then. We do not do that today, and I'm just hoping and praying that this thing did not arrive smashed, because the problem is a lot of times anything made out of a soft metal smashes and dents very easily. And you don't want that to happen, especially when you get a good bargain like this, because I would never get lucky enough to pay $9.99 for another one of these ever again. Now, this is made out of coin silver. An American coin silver is made up of 90% silver and 10%, I think, copper and nickel. So this is actually a really good high-grade quality of silver. Now, the sad part is what a lot of people actually do when they get these things for really cheap is they go to like pawn shops or melt shops, and they actually try to get the value for the silver. And a lot of antique like teapots and antique silverware and antique calling card cases and anything that's made out of silver is actually getting melted down just for silver value. And we're losing these beautiful antiques. And oh my God, this is absolutely stunning. This is actually much prettier than the picture showed. Now, generally, you can tell an early calling card case by the fact that both sides have a design on it. The later ones, the late Victorian ones to the early 20th century, would only generally have a design on one side. So you can tell this is highfalutin because they had to do a lot of work just to have both sides designed. Now, this is, I think, engine turned. And I always thought engine turned like metal was done in the early 20th century or the late Victorian era, but I believe they had these special machines even before then. And this is just absolutely lovely. You see this beautiful flower pattern? And I think those are maybe pansies and like some kind of orchids or tulips or something. But in the Victorian era, certain flowers had certain meanings. So I'll look it up later and I'll see what this meant. I think the person that sold it, in the picture it looked pretty dirty. I think they cleaned it. It looks much shinier than what the picture showed on eBay. Now, what's even cooler is this has a monogram. Don't know if you can see that, but this is actually engraved with somebody's initials. Don't know if this is upside down or not because my camera is not focusing. Let's turn it this way. And, oh, there we go. It looks like M something B. Let's try to get a focus on that. Very hard to do with this piece of crap Samsung phone. And yeah, I can't really tell, but I'll get my magnifying glass out. So actually, let's try to find the mark. This is really, I mean, I can't believe how beautiful. And again, I think the seller must have cleaned this with silver polish. I was thinking I was going to have to do that. It has a little hinge on the side, and it opens up on this side. I don't want to break it. It's very hard to get these open sometimes. And I'm going to look for a mark to show you. Okay, and you see right here, it says W and H. Now, again, that stands for Wood and Hughes, and this company was really, really something else. They were silversmiths that actually operated from 1833 to about 1899. They were the largest silversmiths in America. So their output was the largest. These people were amazing. So here we go. So we have a lot of pieces made by this company that are just not calling card cases, teapots, silver, coin silver cups and goblets and bowls and all sorts of things. You name it, like napkin rings, you name it, they made it. And let's see, does it have the content of the silver? Sometimes they're not marked. They did not have to be marked with the content of the silver back then. I believe in 1903 it was a must. It had to tell you, what the amount of silver was in, the contents of the metal piece. But pretty much the earlier ones are not marked, telling you how much the percentage of silver is. But this is definitely American coin silver. And wow, for $9.99. This would probably sell in a higher end antique shop for about $200. If on a a lower day, maybe they put it on sale, probably $175. Yeah, so between $175 and about $200, and in certain cases maybe even $225 to $250. The reason being is because, again, this is almost like a Civil War era style, and people like to go for the earlier calling card cases than the later Victorian calling card cases. They always look for earlier, and generally things from the Civil War time frame. Really, really, really certain this is from at least the 1860s. If I'm incorrect, then the latest it can be is from about 1870 to 1875. So it's so cool that I got an earlier one than the later Victorian ones. Designed on both sides, and again, look at that gorgeous, gorgeous design. I mean, absolutely stunningly beautiful. Let's check the edges out. Look at that. Really, really pretty. And if you look on the other side, we have the flowers. I'm going to figure out the symbolism of it later. Really, really lovely flowers. And again, like I told you, during the Victorian era, flowers had meanings. Each flower meant something. So there has to be a meaning behind this particular design. So once again, thank you for watching another one of my videos. I hope you like what you see, you learn something. And yeah, once in a while you do actually really get lucky on eBay and you get a score and you're like, oh my God, how did I do that one? Well, thank God nobody else saw this. So long, and I'll see you guys all soon.